Welcome to the Queen Amina Show on Nollywood Broadcasting. And today I have with me the People's Choice, John Dumelo. Welcome, John.
Thank you. How are you?
I am doing beautiful. And thank you for the very short notice coming on my show today. And we want to talk about you. There's so many interesting things that people want to know about you. But first, I want to ask you a very fantastic question. I call it fantastic because of the switch. You are originally an engineer.
Yes, I am.
What a switch to a famous actor.
I mean, it's not really a switch. I would always say that God has a purpose for everybody. God has a plan for everybody. So, I think that's the plan that God gave me, and and as such, that's what I'm doing. But I still practice the engineering I mean, from time to time.
Have you always known that growing up as a kid that you were going to become an actor?
No, but I always knew that I'll be in the entertainment industry. Not singing because I have a horrible voice, but maybe yes, acting. Yeah.
Now, I was reading through your profile and it says you've acted in over 80 different movies. In Hollywood, if you do one, two, three movies, you don't need to do anything else in life.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But in Nollywood, 80 over, not just 80. What is wrong?
I mean, there's nothing wrong. We just have a very complicated situation or complicated system when it comes to Nollywood. Of course, Hollywood is a more mature, has a more or practices a more mature system. So yeah, you can do one movie, and that movie can carry you for a year or two. Because number one, they have a higher budget. Number two, their distribution network is bigger and better. Number three, they have a higher audience. So you're guaranteed you're going to make your money back. That's if you're a producer, and as an actor, you're going to be projected well. But when it comes to Nollywood, our distribution systems are poor. We have very less cinemas. One of the only medium that is doing well right now to help promote the film industry would be Africa Magic and Iroko TV and Ibaka and all those things. So by and large, it's gonna get well. But so I mean, but doing 80 movies is really just an understatement. Because since we use very little to do our movies in a month, we could do two or three movies as compared to Hollywood where you can use about 6 movies to do one film. So I mean 6 months to do one film. So we'll get there.
How do you think we're going to get there? Because this is a serious problem. I was interviewing Ikechukwu Onyeka, and he said something that was very profound. He was talking about the fact that, Nollywood, first of all, is not unified. People are not united. They're not together. What is your take on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, people are not united, but I think these days the unity is coming. In terms of, I mean, when you look at Africa, it's basically Ghana and Nigeria that produces a lot of film. Fortunately, unfortunately, I would say Ghana is part of Nollywood because outside they classify Ghanaian movies as Nollywood, but I think now the movie producers and actors and actresses are really putting in an effort to make an impact. Buying more equipment, investing more into the movie industry. Companies are now sponsoring movies and stuff. So I think when we have all these things building up, unity will definitely manifest itself. So unity is coming. We just need to be more professional about the work we do, and everything will be fine.
What do you think could be done precisely to speed up this unity thing? Because every single interview I've had with Nollywood actors and actresses, this is a problem, obviously, because they keep talking about unity. In your own perspective, what do you think could be done?
We need visionary leaders. We need pragmatic solutions to some of the problems that we have. If somebody just got up and says, "Hey, look, let's all be under one umbrella. Let the directors be under one umbrella, actors, actresses, crew people. Let's all be under one umbrella and champion this cause." I think it would work. But as of now, you have pockets of little unions here and there, and that's what creates the confusion. So we can all form an umbrella seek education about the movie industry, have a common agenda, a common goal, and that is what will bring about the unity.
Could that somebody be you?
Well, since you said it, yes, why not?
For those of you who are just joining us, again, is the Queen Amina Show on Nollywood Broadcasting, and we're talking with John Dumelo. Thank you. So, John, I am a very, very big fan of you. I followed you from as far as I could remember. One of the classic old time movies that you did is called The King Is Mine. And you gave an outstanding performance there. How did that story come about?
Well, before I answer the question, the way you said, you're a fan of my movies and you like my movies. I'm sure you tell that to everybody you interview, right? Because there's no way you'd interview somebody and say, oh, you know what, I don't really like your movies, but because of the interview, I'd have to.
Can I be honest with
Be
you?
honest.
Honestly, I'm a very straight shooter. I've interviewed, I won't call names, and I told him he literally sucks.
No, come on.
I'm
On
serious.
screen?
On the
No.
TV, and I'll show you that.
Yeah,
So if I say I love your movies, I do love your movies because the truth is, again, keep going back to that interview with Ike Chukwuonyeka. He's a straight shooter. And he said something on the interview when I had an interview with him. He said, it's either you are an actor or you're not an actor, and you don't need anybody to tell you. So, and that's the truth. You either got it or you don't. You are handsome, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're educated, and you're a good actor. So even if I say I don't like your movie, I'm sure a lot of people out there would disagree with me. So I better stick to the truth. I do like your movies. That's the truth. So let's
Question
go.
again.
So yes, no. How did you come about that story?
I think I think one thing led to the other. The producer, that's Abdul Salam Momini, they were looking for somebody to fit that position. And so Abdul just called me and says, "Look, I've seen your work. Come, let's see if you can fit into this role." So I literally went to his office. We went on set. They had started filming already, and then I met Frank Raja. I met the other actors and actresses, Jackie, Kalsum, Kofi Ajololo, and basically that's how I just got the role.
That was a really, really fantastic movie.
Thank
What
you.
are you doing right now? Like in the movie sector? What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm just trying to gather resources and see if I can start producing my own films. Yeah.
You did a film recently with Kimberly from the Hollywood. Why the crossover?
Well, they actually came to Ghana to film. Kimberly Ellis came to Ghana to film, and that's what happened. It was more or less like a Hollywood production that was in Ghana, but that was about, let's say, 2 years ago.
Are you interested in crossing over to Hollywood, or is just if the opportunity shows up, you're gonna take it?
I mean, if the opportunity shows up, I'm gonna take it. But as actors or as an individual, you shouldn't be too comfortable in your comfort zone. I wouldn't say I have reached my peak in Africa, but if you take the film industry in Africa, yes, if you mention, let's say, 10 names, probably you would mention my name. But as such, you have to seek, let's just say, greener pastures. You have to challenge yourself. You have to move into fields that you are, you are being challenged. And I think Hollywood would be that field. And I don't mind crossing over into Hollywood. I don't mind, going there to, see how best I can show my talent. Besides, I don't think anybody or very few people, if not anybody, has been able to cross over to the Hollywood film industry from Nollywood. So I think that'll be the next big step.
Okay. Talking about challenges, you do have a clothing line that is doing quite well. Is that why you got into clothing um, designs, or it's a passion, or it's something that you say, okay, I've done a lot of movies, so let me try this? What is it?
Um, it's called show business. There's show and there's business part of it. So I mean, along the years, you have this huge fan base, and even in Hollywood, I mean, most of the stars do it. They after they have this huge fan base, they get into business, alcohol, clothing, shoes. cosmetics, whatever it is, So I think 3 4 years ago I decided to go into clothing just to test the market and see how it would fare on the market. And I mean, it's doing well. It's growing small. I mean, little by little, and yeah.
Are you doing it because other actors in Hollywood do it? Or is it something really that you think you're supposed to be doing? Because you started acting when I asked you earlier, you told me, say, acting is something that you had always known that it's a plan of God for you. Is this one of those things? Because, success comes when you know exactly what you are doing, not just trying the market or doing it because somebody else is doing. What is it for you?
It's not because other people are doing it. It's because it's a passion. I mean, I'm naturally a business person. I like business, so it's one of the business avenues I decided to venture into, and yeah, so that's it.
Okay. Are you wearing one of yours right now? Or?
No,
No.
I'm not. I'm not. But I'm actually wearing. I mean, the suit was designed by Ghanaian, and the shirt was also designed by Ghanaian. So it's either I'm wearing mine or I'm wearing somebody else's.
Okay, but I'll advise you keep wearing yours because I've seen some of the designs and they're pretty. And you should dress me up too.
I'll try.
Okay, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you just joining us, again is the Queen Amina show on Nollywood Broadcasting. And we're talking with John Dumelo, the Ghanaian actor Nollywood. Correct? Or is it Gollywood? We have the Gollywood, we have the Sollywood, we have the name it. That is, I don't want to use the bad word, but for me, why that? Why don't we keep it the original name? Not because I'm a Nigerian, but Nollywood, of course. No. So tell me, I want to know. What is the original name?
I mean, I really don't want to get into this argument, but no. But the truth of the matter is, I mean, Nollywood is the Nigerian one. Gollywood is probably the Ghanaian one, But people know is that Nollywood because when you go outside, they have Nollywood channels, and that's where they show all the African films. But in terms of movies, Ghana and Nigeria, we are the same. Even though you guys are like almost 200 million and we are just 25 million, we are still the same, So we are forced to reckon with.
Okay. Let's not get into that argument, but it's something interesting that a lot of people would want to know. Now, John, you are considered a very successful man in the things that you do. That's the truth, okay? But you, at the same time, you remain a very, very humble person. Personal experience, I can say that. What keeps you humble?
Um, there's this philosophy I have in life, which is, whenever you go to the cemetery, you see a lot of people buried, and irrespective of the money they had in their bank accounts or the position they held in life, they're still buried at the same place, So a rich man can be buried next to a laborer, or a laborer can be buried next to even, a minister or whoever it is. So why is it that when we have life, we decide to, be pompous or be arrogant or whatever it is? Because at the end of the day, when we die, we would all be buried in the same ground, So that's what keeps me going. You don't. I mean, being humble will really cost you nothing.
Fantastic. You were in Calgary, and I'm jumping. I'm jumping to this because I want to throw it in before we cut off. You were in Calgary recently. How was your experience?
Cold.
Calgary is cold, yes, but no, generally, were
that-
you were you very well welcomed? And just tell us your experience.
Calgary was okay. It's one city that I've always wanted to go to, but like I said, it takes you 8 days before you get to Calgary. It's true. Already the flight is long from even Toronto, and I mean, but it was okay. Calgary was fine. Calgary was okay. But I would love to come back to Calgary. Because I think I didn't really get to meet a lot of people, and everything was prepared in a rush. So I'd love to come to Calgary again, and I look forward to it. But Calgary was fine.
Okay. That's great. That you would love to come back again because we're looking forward to seeing you in Calgary again. Now, before I let you go, I'm gonna throw the cat out of a box with a question. What is going on with you and Yvonne?
Is that a question?
Everybody wants to know because the ladies are all over John, but they're not sure what should they do. So just break it out on my show at least for.
I mean, I get asked this question all the time. Yvonne also get asked this question a lot of time when she's on another show. But Yvonne and I are just friends. We just happen to, number one, we just happen to be close. We just happen to literally live in the same area, So we're just close.
She's beautiful though.
Well, yeah, she is. So is Patience Ozoko and other people. No, but yes, Yvonne is she's an amazing character. But yes, we're just good friends. We're just best friends. Yeah.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, John Dumelo and Yvonne Nelson, they're just good friends. Quote John Dumelo. Thank you once again for listening to the Queen Amina show with John Dumelo, and thank you very much for the short notice for coming down here.
Thank you.
All right, so keep listening to the Queen Amina show on Nollywood Broadcasting.